Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being with me. Today is a very important topic, and I'm here to tell you how to slay life as a wife. Here we go. First and foremost, guys, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I post videos 2, sometimes 3 times a week, and I'd love to have you here with me. So, as you can see by the title, I'm giving you my tips and tricks on how to slay life as a wife. This can apply to being a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or a husband. It's all just very key on having a successful relationship. I'm here to help you. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Number 1. This is pretty much the most important rule that you're going to need in your life ever, in every relationship that you have. Don't be insecure. It's that simple. Security is the most attractive quality in anyone, men, women, even kids. You see it in people of all ages. It's kind of like an innate quality that people are born with. You have very secure, confident kids that are unbothered, and they're just innately born that way. And then there's people that have to work on it as they grow up and get older, and they realize this insecure, needy attitude is really just not a good look. And you definitely have the power to become secure in yourself. It's mind over matter. It's just really not sweating the small stuff. And in a relationship like a marriage or any other relationship you have, when you're giving your significant other or your friend a hard time for hanging out with their friends, even having friends of the opposite sex, that friendship has absolutely nothing to do with my relationship with him. And here's another tip, guys. If you are insecure and you know you are, you better fake it till you make it and act like you give 0. Because I am telling you, that is step 1 in your path to a successful relationship. Trust me, just head held high. Some things are just not worth it, and this is not one of them. Number 2, which is kind of a derivative of number 1, let him or her go out and have fun. Don't be one of those wives that's oh my God, this is uncomfortable, but it's so fabulous. Don't be one of those wives who always gives your significant other a hard time. Let them go out, let them be social. That's what makes a relationship strong. When you have your own fulfilling personal life, it makes you really appreciate marital life that much more. It's I have this amazing social life. I can go out with my girlfriends anytime I want, and I know when I come home, I'm coming home to a loving husband because we really both value the importance of our personal relationships. I think it's really important for my husband to go out with his friends, have fun, go on guys trips, go out for the night, go to the club, go for dinner, I don't care, have fun. But guess what? When it's my turn to do that, don't give me a hard time, and we'll be A-okay. I'm telling you, these are the most successful relationships. The relationships that don't give each other a hard time over these things. These are the biggest problems in relationships today. People expecting so much of their significant other's time. It's not fair, and that can really manifest into resentment down the road. Number 3, be a good friend. Do things sometimes you might not want to do. Go to a movie you might not want to see. Choose a restaurant you might not necessarily want to go to because sometimes you just have to compromise. Marriage and all relationships are about compromising. Sometimes you just got to take one for the team and you got to be okay, I'm having Thai food tonight. I really wanted Mexican, but I'll do Thai. For you. That goes a long way. That is always appreciated. It's give and take. If you notice, it's always you sacrificing and you're always compromising your wants and needs for that other person, then you know it's time to choose your battle and say, no, this time I want to do this. But if your partner recognizes the importance of give and take and compromising, that's what really makes a beautiful, sustainable, healthy relationship. Number 4, cook dinner. Listen, I'm not talking about only women need to cook dinner. I'm just saying do those things for your partner that they would appreciate, like cooking dinner. I personally love to cook. It's really important to me as a wife and as a mother. And for some people, that's not important to them. And I know many people where the husband cooks most of the meals. If you don't, find something that you enjoy doing that your partner really appreciates. And sometimes you don't feel like doing it, but you just go the extra mile. The point here is doing things that sometimes take work but are appreciated, and that can kind of become a labor of love. In some families, they have blue jobs and pink jobs. Sometimes it's just meshed across the board. I'm not plunging a toilet like ever. It's never happening. No. Why do I go off on these tangents? So anyways, put the effort in. Don't ever stop putting the effort in. There are going to be days you really don't want to, but just do it. Short-term pain, long-term gain, girl. Number 5, don't hold a grudge. Seriously, if you are a grudge holder, this will be the death of you in any relationship. You might get away with it 1 or 2 times, but if you're having arguments and then not speaking for like 2 weeks at a time, that's gonna bite you in the ass. Over time, that turns into resentment, and resentment is a really hard emotion to recover from. Do not hold grudges in your relationships. You're only doing yourself a disservice. You're holding on to all this turmoil and animosity, and it's just not good for anybody. Girl, get over it, keep it moving, let it pass. Sometimes you're gonna have those moments where you're like, do not talk to me, get away from me. I need like 24 hours. This whole don't go to bed angry rule, it doesn't always apply for everyone, and that's totally fine. But if you're like 14 days later still not talking to your significant other, you have a problem. Sometimes when people argue, they say things they don't mean. You feel things you don't really mean to feel, but it's just in the moment. Let some time pass, get over it. There is no room for grudges in a healthy, successful relationship. Number 6, be affectionate. Show him you care. Affection is one of those love languages that is different in every relationship. Some people are not into PDAs. Some people are very much into PDAs. I am a very affectionate person with my friends, with my husband. I'm just like a hugger and snuggler, and luckily I married a very affectionate person as well. But affection comes in different forms, and sometimes it's just like a compliment or a really nice gesture or an obvious physical act of affection. People receive and give affection differently. It's really important to make an effort because it's really healthy and it promotes affection in return. If you give, you shall receive. Number 7, do not, I repeat, do not be a nag. But first, let me just say, if you've said very kindly 3 times, do you mind like picking your clothes up off the floor? It like really doesn't look good here. If you've asked very nicely to kindly pick up your clothes off the floor 3 times, by the 4th time, if you're yelling or maybe having a little bit of attitude, you're definitely not a nag. But if you're just like bitchy off the bat and you're just like, get your clothes off the floor, that's a nag. If you're constantly complaining and nagging over things in the house, or things that you don't like, that's being a nag. But if you ask nicely and the problem is solved, then you're just a cool ass wife. But like if he's annoying and like does not pick up after himself after several times of nicely asking him, you can definitely give him attitude because that's just annoying and disrespectful. But other than that, just like don't be a nag. Number 8, don't let yourself go. All right. Look, before everyone starts freaking out and coming for me, this is a really important point. This is not like you have to stay fit and perfect all the time. Absolutely not, absolutely not. You should do it for yourself. When you have self-respect and self-love, you automatically take care of yourself, and that is good for your relationship. It's not only good just because your husband or significant other will really appreciate the fact that you take care of yourself, but this is about you. This is honestly about self-love, and you might think that's cheesy, but it's not. When you love yourself and take care of yourself and don't let yourself go, it kind of backs up some of the points I mentioned. You're confident and you're secure and you value yourself, and that is the most attractive quality anyone can have. There are some people that get really comfortable in relationships and they feel like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna like eat fast food all the time because like I'm good, I'm married, it doesn't matter. Like that's a very bad attitude. You're not really having a lot of self-worth. That's not really valuing yourself. You know, you got to take care of yourself for you, not like, oh, I'm good now, like I'm married, it doesn't matter. Like you shouldn't only take care of yourself to find a husband. You should take care of yourself for you. Everything starts and ends with you. So don't let yourself go. Number 9, be an understanding and supportive wife. You know, sometimes you're not going to understand all the problems and all the day-to-day struggles that your partner goes through, but you just kind of gotta be there for them. And sometimes you may not understand, but you gotta fake it. And just really be a shoulder to cry on or whine on or complain on, because it's really important in a relationship. There are times that you're gonna need that too. And it's really important that when they need you, you are there for them. Sometimes having a partner who calls you in the middle of the day to complain about their coworker or something negative that happened to them that day, you know, that might be a little annoying for you when you're, you know, running your errands and you don't really have time to deal with their problems. But at the same time, that really means that they value you, they value your opinion, and they need you, and you're a really integral part of their support system. So make sure to be there for them. Don't shut them down, because you're going to need them too. All right, you guys, that's it. That's all I have for you. Every time I try to make these lists, I really want to come up with 10, because like 10 is a perfect number to have these lists, but I can never come up with a 10th point. So if you guys have a 10th point, make sure to comment down below. Make sure to comment down below and tell me what you think is another really good quality to have in a relationship. What is a really important thing to do to slay life as a wife? And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because as always, I'll be back in a couple days with another fabulous video. I can't wait to see you. Until next time.